Hello, my name is Nikki Wilson, and I am the music theory teacher at Montgomery Bell Academy here in Nashville, Tennessee. And I'm so excited to be a part of our APSI. This is my first one ever, and I'm excited to be sharing with you one of my favorite teaching tips, which I have completely arbitrarily named Total Skill and Concept Integration. I completely made it up. It is not a formal concept at all, so don't Google it or search for it. It's my own invention. But all I mean by this is I like to integrate as many different skills as possible when I'm learning a new concept. And what I mean by skills is visual identification, oral identification, singing, writing, playing on the piano, and playing in a student's primary instrument, whatever their primary instrument is. So I like to integrate all of those different skills whenever we learn a new concept, because I find that it helps the students really understand it a bit better when they can write it and sing it and identify it and hear it. They just get a lot more familiar with it, helps them really learn the concepts on a deeper level than if we just did it one way. There are lots of different ways that you can integrate your skills whenever you're learning new concepts. I have found that using digital or certain music notation software is very, very helpful when learning it. There's so much software out there, but I chose MuseScore. And you download it for free. That's one reason why I chose it. There was no cost component, nothing to inhibit a student from downloading it. You just go to musescore.org. It's musescore.org, and it works on Macs or PCs. Now, the only thing that it is inhibited by is that it does take a laptop. They can't download it to their cell phone. There's other apps that I use for that. But for music notation software, they really do need a laptop. So if a student doesn't have access to a laptop at home, then I just bring my laptop or the school's laptop to school and hook it up and let them see what I'm notating. I have an example here that I'd like to share with everyone. And it's this. I'll get rid of the piano keyboard. We'll get back to that in a minute. But this is what the notation software looks like if you're not familiar with MuseScore. It's a really easy, simple music notation software. It's very easy to input notes, nothing fancy really required. And I like to use this when learning new concepts because, number one, it helps them to compose what we're learning about. So, for example, I've got an example here of how I might teach what chord inversion looks like and what it sounds like. So I've just got a simple G7 chord. Here it is in first inversion. And directly underneath it, here it is also in first inversion, but with a different voicing. This is very, very important for students to be able to see and hear the difference. So one thing I really like about it, I can hit play. They can hear how all the inversions sound. These first four measures are one voicing of root position, first, second, and third inversion. And here is another voicing of the same positions. Love it for that reason. Using this app, it helps them to see what their music sounds like. I find this to be very helpful with students who may play an instrument, but they only play it by ear. They've never really learned how to read what they play. This is a great tool to help them do that because it uses all these different skills at the same time. Another good feature is you can play the notes one at a time. For example, so say a person is going to sing the tenor, they can hear how just that one line would sound. And this is very helpful for when I put together what I lovingly call my AP Music Theory choir. The students that I have who have never been in a choir before, this is not their favorite part, but as we all know, they've got to be able to sing for the sight singing component of the AP test. So this is excellent in helping them to get ready to sing and use their voices when they've got to sing a certain part. I also have them sing the whole chord just so they can get used to leaping those different intervals. Really good practice there. So this one app also has a piano keyboard. I just go up to view, hit piano keyboard, and I get a keyboard here. This is great for students who don't have access to a keyboard at home. They can see what the notes look like. The notes will light up on the piano. Also, they can see what it looks like to invert a chord. So when I hit play, all the correct notes will light up on the piano, for example. And so on and so on. So just another example of how you can really combine your auditory skills and your visual skills and help them to develop their tactile skills, because I do encourage the students to play all of our chords and things that we're learning on the piano, even if that's not their primary instrument. As we all know, that really does help. And this app will provide them with a good way to do that if they don't have their own piano at home. So for those reasons, I really do love this app because it helps me integrate all those different skills. And I find that when you integrate several skills, when you're learning just one concept, it really helps that concept to stick. They really understand it in a deeper way. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope this helps. And I hope you have fun experimenting with total skill and concept integration.